I got the pleasure of introducing Mayor Osmond a little further. I've known Rick for about 27 years, ever since I started using the Osmond cleaners, taking my taking my shirts there, and little did I know then, maybe little did he know then, that he'd be mayor. So it's been a pleasure knowing Rick over the years. Recently, Rick expressed an interest in coming to our group to see what we do. Rick is a big supporter of the arts in Aiken. He himself has a band. I haven't heard the band. I've been trying to get there. I believe you sing and play an instrument, and you write songs, right?
We do write.
Yeah.
We write poems and just put music to it.
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, how close is that to poetry, really? Jim here, Jim has written some songs, and a lot of his poetry has been turned into songs, so that's pretty interesting. Rick is aware of the proclamation about a couple of years ago that previous Mayor Kavanaugh signed, saying that April is the City of Aiken Poetry Month, as well as National Poetry Month. That was an official proclamation that was made, and it really gave us a good spurt. And I think you're aware of our 5-year history. You know, we've certainly been in the Aiken Standard and Bella Magazine and the 9/11 supplement. You know, anywhere we can, you know, have our poetry. We love having our poetry out there so people can read it and we can read our own poetry. I think Rick had asked me if he could just say a few words at this time, and I think he has something else that could be really interesting to us, pretty exciting developments. So, Rick, if you want to just, you know,
love to.
Just tell us a little bit, and we appreciate your stopping by.
Well, thank you for having me, and Roger, your friendship does mean an awful lot to me. I am very interested as mayor in promoting the arts in our city, whether it be music, whether it be Symphony Guild. Poetry is such an important avenue as well, and something that's very, very important to me. And I know because I talked to other communities, and Roger and I actually spoke about this as we were talking about how we can promote poetry and what this group does and expand it. You know, I mean, really, he told me about an idea, and it was something that really resonated with me because I was familiar, and as I started looking and realized other communities have this, and it's something
Speak up just a little bit.
It's something very, very significant in other communities, and so as we thought about it, it was kind of a recognition for somebody representing the city through poetry. And so we started looking for individuals, and I started certainly using his knowledge of our community and the poet community. So the idea of maybe a poet laureate for the city of Aiken came to us, and you know, it was certainly endorsed by members of the club, and we think it would be a great way to not only recognize poetry in our city, but maybe help grow it and expand it because it's so important. And so, for example, we just had the State of the City. Wouldn't it have been fantastic if we had a poet laureate for Aiken who could have come up and shared some words and as part of that, because we had music, we had a choral group. We want to promote and show our area off. So as we're talking, it seemed like one name kept coming up over and over again, and even as I asked outside of this circle, there seemed one person who did so much, and I think there's a lot of people who really fall in this. So as mayor, I want to do a proclamation, and I don't have it to present now. This is kind of a little pre to this group, but I think there's appropriate time for this. But we want to name a poet laureate for the city of Aiken, and I would just say, and I haven't mentioned it to him yet, so I guess this is me asking. Joan, would you agree to serve as the poet laureate for the city of Aiken if I did a proclamation and such? Would that be something you'd be willing to serve as? Now, it comes with responsibilities. I mean, you'd probably have to share your work at events we have, and we'll probably ask you at some meetings maybe sometimes to come forward and represent our city, but it certainly would be an honor for us if you would consider that. So I'm here today to ask that, and if you agree, then we would love to do a proclamation at a later date, perhaps even at the event you guys are having. And we've talked a little bit about this, so you know, but I think you would be a wonderful ambassador for the written word for our city. So I would love to have you as our poet laureate for the city if you would be willing to serve.
My heart is racing because I think that's such an honor, but I don't know if I'm worthy of fulfilling that. That's a big job and a responsible one.
I believe time will prove that you are. Anyway, I think you'd be terrific at it, and all the poet community, the poetry community, thinks so highly of you. I'm going to tell you, the recommendation from friends, from people who are peers. You're very well respected, and not just what you write, but the way you reach out and bring others in as well. I know more about you than you probably ever thought. I want to make sure we got the right person, and I can just say I think you'd be a great person for it.
I move we unanimously vote for Joan.
There's a motion for.
I figured that, no question there.
So Joan, if you'll accept, and
All
I hope I can say
opposed?
congratulations.
Thank you. I hope I can do a good job at this.
I think you'd be terrific.
Yeah, you will.
So we'll get together and talk details, but truthfully, Roger and I's initial conversation was, we were gonna present this at the event in, when is it in April? Or?
Yeah, April 21st.
Yeah, so we want to do a proclamation, but Roger got to thinking, he called me, and said, we might not want to do this as a surprise. Let's do it to this more intimate group first of all, and, anyway, we think you're a terrific choice. I appreciate Roger and everyone who led us so much in your direction, and I would be honored to have you as our poet laureate for the city. So
Yeah, sure.
What?
They want me to be the poet laureate.
They what?
Well, anyway,
They want